Should be fine now, right? Good now? Okay. You know, it's like 3:30 a.m., so I'm soft-spoken. But, yeah. I'm in a Discord channel with a bunch of people. Maybe they wanna say something. Hey guys, say hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hello. How's it going?
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo.
And there's a bunch more that are muted that for who's too late. And it's basically the team and I in here. Like 70%. The rest couldn't make it. I wish this was like a really happy update, but it's really more a pensive one. So I thought about how to say this on stream, but I'll just do it off the cuff. I made notes, but yeah, Chiefs getting banned. That's right. I'll just go through the light version of the things that have happened in the last 3 months, and then I'll tell you an update. So, as you all know, we had the big update in December. The dev team really worked their ass off to get there. It was quite the grind. I was very happy with the outcome. Of course, the community was very healthy afterwards. However, some of the other owners, well, they didn't pull their weight, to be quite honest. Especially Katie, from who I expected a lot more, with who I agreed that, you know, she would leave for a month or so to play Dark and Darker. But unfortunately, she never came back. I mean, it's become a meme in the community that she got lost in the dungeons, right? Well, she actually did. I don't think she enjoys UP anymore. So she was not involved in that update at all. I asked her to come back with the update, right? That was like the moment, come on now, let's come back. You've been gone for all these months. She said she would, but nothing happened. Didn't come back for the big update. Didn't do anything after the big update either that had any major impact, and basically day to day were left to me. As you guys know, Run was still doing some police stuff at the time. But yeah, she didn't come back and left me to manage everything. And now you have to understand the way that we have this set up monetarily is that if the original agreement was a 50-50 between Katie and I, and while she did originally invest money,
Kid just subscribed.
it was always a part of the deal that she would pull her weight, right? And in my opinion, she stopped doing that, and I'm not the only one that thinks like that. She disagrees, though. Now in January, I was pretty pissed off because a lot of drama was happening. I had to handle a lot of things at once, manage the dev team. Can you speak up? Can you not hear me? Am I too loud? Are you... Okay, Peter, just turn it up, man. Okay. Just griefing. Okay. So essentially, I pushed her very, very much for a bigger share because I was doing all the work, and she was just playing video games and streaming all day. I offered her a deal, perpetually get a much lower percentage than 50, like a third of that. but I don't have any expectations you come back, right? Like, for that, I'll do your job too, you know? I'll do everyone's job at once for that. That's fine. Honestly, now I think I would much rather reinvest that money, but at the time I was pretty frustrated about all the work I had to do behind the scenes. And I definitely let that out there, and she said she's gonna think about it for one day, and I thought she's gonna come back and she's gonna give me a counter offer, right? I did tell her, right, that yeah. So that's where we were. I thought she was gonna come back with a counter offer. Unfortunately, her decision was different. She went to the other owners, including inactive ones. She rallied them up in a group, and they planned a meeting in a private Discord chat group probably. And they planned to remove me from the community. Katie basically thought, you know, I want to push her out, despite her not being there anyway, right? I just wanted to get. I just felt unfairly treated, right? I just didn't think it's fair. Anyway, so they made up a lie together, distorting facts that I stole money. They put me in that meeting, right? It was on the day that the BCSO was supposed to launch. We were just grinding out for 3 days. The BCSO, like all the devs, we were sitting there grinding it out. And on that day, they did that meeting and accused me, like, Nicotine basically went, I don't know if you can imagine, evil HR person, full on gaslight mode. We found the accountants found irregularities in the transfers. Said I should have not taken out any profits, just server, just minimum live costs that we agreed to before, while we were still developing and making no money, despite them knowing that I would be taking out profits. They knew that. They knew that I was doing that, so it was just a lie to kick me out, right? But it was like giga gaslight mode. And they said, like, oh, you should have made all your expenses through this American company that they have. They have an LLC in America that doesn't own anything. It's just there for tax purposes. Just like gaslight supreme. Telling me, basically treating me like I was just an employee and I misused my access. I mean, they gave me access so I could pay myself, right? Because whenever I asked to do anything, they would take multiple business days, right? And then with the expenses, they knew that expenses always flowed for me, because even before the LLC existed, I bought stuff because it's more convenient. And then when the LLC existed, I never got the access to even buy stuff properly. Like, I tried like 3-4 times with Nicotine to get the PayPal access necessary, and it never worked out. Like, every time there was something else, and I never got the proper account details. I only got like a sub account that could pay invoices but couldn't buy anything. So like it was just, I don't know why I'm going into these details. Basically, they just made up a lie to kick me out, because Katie convinced them that they could do it without me. They can do a community without me, and they can just find a different dev and just replace me. I was basically not a real owner at that point anymore. I was just expendable. And I disagreed, right? Midway through, I was then even informed, Katie said, I'm recording, by the way. Midway through, apparently recording to get a reaction on me or some gotcha. I don't know. So I said, no, I'm not giving back the money I earned fair and square, right? I couldn't even, because a bunch of it went to expenses, right? It's ridiculous. And then I left the call because, like, what just happened? You know, I was just deving my ass off for 3 days. Then these people come along including a person that hasn't been here for a year, an owner that hasn't been there for like months. And then they just lie in my face, gaslight me, and demand everything I made and worked for back. And then I leave the call and they ban me from the Discord. So that was 3 months ago. There was a Reddit thread back then. There's proof that happened.
So, you want me to post the Reddit link from that?
Yeah,
file?
post it. There's
I
you'll
have
see.
Discord screenshots still of when they accused you, Snow,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, the best thing was after they banned me, they went into the dev chat.
Are we gonna wait?
And they told the devs that there's irregularities, basically accused me of stealing, and told them to not talk to me. Right? But the devs, I've just been in the trenches with them for 3 days. They get this told by someone that doesn't do any management work. Like, for example, Nicotine didn't even know how to ban people. The one time she banned people, I think there was even a Reddit post about that. Fucking Reddit. I had to run her through how to do it, and she did it wrong, and it was like a chore for her. And then she had to unblock her Discord to like send the messages to the people that got banned. It was like she just plays on the server, and she does she like, and from those people I get gaslit that I did something wrong. There's also something that you'll find out if you look at the LLC publicly. This is public records. It's not something I made up. For 9 months, the LLC fell inactive because she was the one that was supposed to handle the paperwork with the lawyers, and which is very little with an LLC. And for 9 months, the LLC fell inactive. So that's how good of a job she did, even at that. I have no idea, but I agree with whatever you said. Thank you. So, like, there's a lot more crazy details. I don't want to go too much into it. I don't want to sling too much mud. I have to explain myself, right? Why we're doing this as a team. There's a lot more. Like, there's a lot more, but essentially in the last 3 months, it's been pretty bad for me. Like, I didn't feel like I actually owned Purple anymore. I'm skipping ahead. Sorry, I'm a bad storyteller. The funny or interesting thing is what happened back then. I'm not sure if Penta's live right now. If you said it already, he was DMing me as I was in that meeting, or just after. Yo, Snow, how's it going with the BCSO? Because he was like excited. First stream BCSO. We just in the trenches. We just hammered out the uniforms, the vehicles, dude. The scripts, the interiors were customized. Like, we were just on the grind, and he's like DMing me, he's excited, and I tell him, dude, it's not happening. I got kicked. I got banned. Right, and so I talked to Penta, right, and I was telling him I'm making my own server, man. I'm not going back. Like, what just happened was insane, unfair, and crazy, and they think they can just do it without me. Like, that'll show them what's gonna happen, you know. But Penta made a good point. If I just left then and there, I didn't try to come back, it would have done a lot of damage if it took like 1 or 2 months to get something up, right? It would have done a lot of damage, and also I would have done the roleplay community a disservice. I would have ruined the entire BCSO work with that. It wouldn't have happened. Because interesting fact, the servers, they run on my company. The domain purplerp.com is in my company. And if they kick me and I don't get any, I'm gonna shut that down, you know? So that wouldn't have happened, just why that wouldn't have happened, you know? So I agree, you know, Penta, you're right. we can't damage the community this much. Everything was healthy. Up, he was gold. We were heading into a renaissance. You know, I had to fix this, or it would have fucked us all. So I said, okay, I'm gonna put my head down and I'm gonna nod and smile. I think he said that you're just gonna have to nod and smile.
Team without Snow.
Yeah, thank you, Alva. I mean, all the devs, when they made that announcement that I stole, they immediately came to me, right? And they DM me and
Yeah,
shit.
the entire dev team.
Every single dev is behind Snow. So without Snow, there's no team.
And most of the admins.
You're goddamn right.
Thank you, So I went back into a meeting. Penta was there. He's gonna be able to tell you how unhinged it was. I had to agree to if I stole money, I had to return it. I had to agree to a hypothetical, which was just this perverse suggestion, right? That I should have just taken out only like basically minimum wage. I had to agree to that. I had to basically. I got over the next few days. I got humiliated by them. I got humiliated by Katie and DMs, in my opinion. I don't want to go too much into details, but essentially, I'm sure she has her reasons. She felt pushed out. You know, she has her problems too. Like, everybody has a different perspective, but yeah, it's been rough. And then I moved, and I still try to manage the community at the same time. And then I for 2 months, like, I paid for everything out of my pocket. Luckily, the last invoice I had a bit of buffer ahead, right? I had like a 1 month ahead, so that was fine. To do that for like a month, but then at the second month, I kept paying, and I paid all the devs. I kept paying them, and then
Marley Munch just subscribed.
somewhat like Nicotine even wrote me like an apology that was like very, how do you say, it was like gaslighting again, basically gaslighting me again. Because I told Katie that the only way that's maybe works is if it's just Katie and me as owners, so she can't pull such a weird power move on me. Thank you for these subs. I've shown receipts to people in the team that they'll many of them have been there. Anyway, I then after 2 months I ran out of money because I paid the devs, right? They like one of them is full time, another one is half time. It's a lot of money. I paid the server costs. It just adds up a lot. So I had to write an invoice because we weren't ready to leave. When I wrote that invoice, I got stalled, right, for like a week or something. Strung along into a meeting, like, so in order to get money, I had to attend a meeting. That meeting was very bad, and the devs know all the devs and the team know all the details of that meeting. It was very, very bad. Traumatizing, actually. But there was also a point for the devs, for the team, where like everyone's like, we don't want to work with them anymore at all. Like, there's no shot, even a chance. Like, even if you change your minds now, they told me, like, multiple, they can tell you in a second here, they will leave. They will leave. Like, they don't want to go into GTA 6 with them. They'd rather join a different server.
Donna Becker just subscribed.
So
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up. I just to
yeah.
Dude, I don't even, I can't put to words like how, just, I don't know, some of the shit that went down in that meeting, how insane it was. Some of the stuff she said, I mean, like almost verbatim, fuck the devs, we don't pay them. It's like, I don't know what you expect. How do you expect this operation to carry forward?
It's really their mentality too. They think every dev is just replaceable while they sit there and do basically nothing while the devs work fucking hour after hour for the community, and they think they can just replace the fucking main dev.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Anyway,
Thank you.
That was, that sucked.
So then we decided this is over. Like we have to leave. There was also more. Like she tried to make me reconcile with an owner that ghosted us before the launch, and we had to scramble and do a bunch of dev work just before the launch because he ghosted us. And I wrote a message for that it was not good what he did. It wasn't okay. I didn't insult him or anything. Just a fair message because I was disappointed. And she wants me to reconcile with him because he makes her, you know, he's her pocket dev, right? So, but not only wants me to reconcile with him, she wants also to give a percentage, you know, like just maximum humiliation for someone. I said he betrayed us and he never apologized. Like the best I got is he wasn't available. It wasn't his fault. But you can, if you're not available, you write a message, you know, and you explain yourself. Like even if you go to jail, when you're out of jail, you write a message and say, sorry, I was in jail. I don't know. The craziest thing that happens that you couldn't get to your PC, there's always like a DM that you can shoot, but it didn't happen. It was just I'm pretty sure he just thought Katie wasn't going to be there. So he, at launch, so he just abandoned the project. And then when she was there, he came back. So it's like I have 50 more stories like this. I'm sure.
As soon as Katie was back, he came straight back.
Yeah, and then he left again, and he's also not a team player. He encrypts everything that goes in the repo. He never shared certain methods with me on how to do them. Yeah, so we also replaced with a good effort. Like maybe we missed some things, but we replaced everything.
Never participated in any of the group discussions.
Yeah, but yeah, he's basically like a lone wolf. Pocket
Dark
dev.
Nexus just subscribed.
I gotta say, originally I was friends with him for a while. I thought at least, right? But then he fucked me or fucked us over. And he did actually help the project out for a while in the development phase, but I'm getting too much. It was just, for me, it was a personal betrayal because I was also friends with him when I was like in a really bad spot mentally, and we were always chatting, and it got better, and then he just ghosted us. It was rough. Notifications, yeah. Hold on. Can you say something, Discord?
I tried to mute.
Let me see if I can do that.
Test that.
Something in Discord.
Okay, they should hear you now without hearing notifications. Okay, now the notification will say something.
Guys,
Say
we
something?
need to test if
Okay.
the notifications work. Somebody gift a sub real quick.
Oh, okay, there we
Gift
go.
some subs. We need to test it. Come on, guys. Any primes?
So, I appreciate all the support, by the way.
There you go.
No,
Look at that. That works.
I spoke to Katie during that time multiple times, and she genuinely believes that what I did originally, pushing for like 85%, was unfair, and it was me pushing her out. I definitely did. I will be honest. I was very aggressive in their pursuit. I said I can make my own community. Like that she isn't doing shit. That she's only playing video games and other things. I didn't like aggressively insult her or anything, like with anything super crazy. But she's gonna say I was trying to push her out, which was not the case. I was just being realistic. And the past 3 months have vindicated me because she said immediately she's gonna be active again. I mean, she holds all the power now on the Discord, and she didn't come back active, right? She could just ban me again. She wielded that power over me, and she still didn't come back active because she's done with RP. I think she's just burned out. I don't know. It's just anxiety or anything. Honestly, I think she just wants she's just more interested in the money.
Dude, I mean, I remember
community.
like app reviewers being more active in team chat than Katie.
Yeah.
I have been working on it with for 2 years, and I've talked to her less than 5 times.
+1.
Yeah, I can cut in right there, real quick, right there as well. When they called Snow out, a majority of the active devs came out and said, like, "Who are you?" Like, basically didn't know
Yep.
that Katie was an owner. Majority of the devs have never even spoken to Katie.
That was pretty much the first time since I joined in November that I had seen her take an interest in anything in the community. And it was to accuse Snow of something and tell us not to talk to him anymore.
Please don't. I wanted to wait until Katie is not live.
They
Please
said
don't
he
hop
left
to
the
Katie,
Discord,
guys.
but the log
Don't,
said
no
Katie
hoppers,
banned
guys.
him,
Come on.
so, you know.
Don't hop.
Yeah.
Don't hop, please. I really wanted to wait until she's not live anymore, but we informed everyone it's gonna happen tonight. I couldn't wait anymore. It was too many people know at this point, right? So I have. Please don't hop, okay? Because I've just been told that happened. So stop that. Like, I just want to move on. I just want to move on from it, and I'm sure whatever happens to Purple happens. But yeah, we're all done. Like, the whole team is done. Everyone that actively worked, it's virtually everyone that actively worked on the community, bar maybe 2 people. Here's what's gonna happen. So I own the servers, I own the domain. We're making a new community. It's called Unscripted. The domain is unscripted.gg. It's not unscripted up here, it's called Unscripted. Here it is. Can somebody, yeah, let's go. Okay, should be able to hear you.
No, it's quiet.
Yeah, now you should be able to hear it.
Oh, no, there we go. Chat, you hear us now?
By the way, don't tune out. There's a little
Snow,
bit more.
I think an important thing as well is that there won't be a wipe.
Yeah, I said that. There's no wipe. No wipe.
Yahoo!
Yeah, he said that. Alright, so chats, to everybody watching, we have a new clothing dev too, officially. He's extremely talented. He can make actual clothing, not just download assets and put them in the server. We can have cloth clothing that has been gatekept by Axie and Katie for her own pet. Nobody else was allowed to have it. Now we can make public stuff that everybody can use. Dresses with cloth physics. And a bunch of other fun stuff we can do. So we're very excited to have a proper clothing dev. Just wanted to put that out there so you guys can get excited.
Oh my god, we lost. Can somebody boost the Discord, please? That's why the link
Apps
isn't working anymore.
fingers.
We lost. We're down bad. We lost our fucking link. Can somebody boost real quick?
Did my boosts fall?
Yeah, can you boost real quick?
There we go.
I should have both mine on it.
I left the server 4 times yesterday.
Does the band list carry over? Yeah, most of it will, some of it won't. I don't agree with some of the bands. Let's keep it. Let's say it that way. Some people might be happy about that. Why is the hosting or shit still happening? What the fuck, Stream Elements? Doesn't even work. So yeah, I'm not super happy to do this, but like what happened. And to be honest, this wasn't the first time something like this happened with the other owners, which is, if I say that, I just sound insane, and I even went back the first time I had no choice. I won't go into details though. But I thought that wouldn't happen anymore. Like, I thought that you know, but fool me once, you know? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think any of us necessarily wanted this to happen, but it became obvious it was a necessity, and I am glad that it's happening. And honestly, I think the future is pretty bright. I think it's good. Just and a huge fucking relief.
Yeah, it's definitely freeing for everyone. I also don't have to worry to get. I don't want to go too much on the bad train, right? But I'll have more freedom.
I think something to look forward to is, a lot of us have been pretty demotivated to work on things the last few months with all this going on. And with this now changing,
Yeah,
I think
say
we're going to see a lot of updates.
I want to tell a little example. This man here, some of you know him as the ex-leader of the Lost when the Lost were a pretty known gang, pretty good. He's not for a long time out, but he actually, as a developer, not only when we were having short passes with funds, he donated a huge amount to the server and helped fund development and secure Military as a dev. So this man breathed Purple IP, right? He loved the server, and he helped as a dev a lot. He's a good friend of mine, and when this all went down and they announced that I stole money and tried to isolate me, well, they lied about it, right? He shared that with some friends, and later Katie found out about it, which you can't blame him for that, because he obviously would have left with me, right? Like, this is crazy. You can't just go out on a limb like that without proof. Anyway, she, as revenge, I was insinuated I had to remove him pretty strongly like a month ago, which I only did then because I knew he would come back in this project. But it's insane. Like, he is a reason that she was able to make a huge amount of money off Purple. Like, it was a huge, large amount of money. And still, she also wanted to get rid of GT Spark and Mooten because she felt like they weren't loyal to her because they went to me a bunch of times. Why did they go to me? Because I was active, right? They didn't even know she was active. And then I have another example. For example, like, Peruse is gonna farm this, but Peruse was banned, right? And she made a post like, every streamer above 100 views has to, if they get banned or anything happens to them, has to go past me. That's just another example. It's not even, it's just incompetence, like whatever. It was rude too. That's also a reason the admins don't want to stick around. I mean, Mooten, I don't know I know I think he's in the bath or something. Maybe he could say something later about that, but it was crazy. Did those people do so much work for us, and she just said we just need to replace them because of that. And they grind tickets, like GT Spark grinds tickets day by day. It's also a reason why we're having an admin shortage right now. Like, I didn't feel like it's the right moment to recruit admins into this situation. And in the meantime, Bone, GT Spark, and Mooten, and a handful of other admins occasionally held it down, but really they held it down. They did the work of like double the team size they were. Did that one die again?
I don't know if it's been like set back up since the boost went up.
Did we get the boosts? Let me.
Yeah, it just might need to go. You need to go into the server settings and just set it again. I think, like, to summarize it, there is a general feeling from the entire team that we were horrifically underappreciated, treated as easily replaceable, and meanwhile, Snow is busting his ass, and so were a lot of the team, especially for the 1.0 update. So, like, do you really want to work and be a part of a team like that, where your boss or like your partner is constantly undermining you and treating you like shit, or do you want to go and be a part of something that like you trust? And that's what this is about.
Yeah. I mean, in the last, maybe you guys think I should stop? You think I should say more? I mean,
I think
I-
it's probably about good.
yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a, I mean, M can confirm. There's like 10 times more, but we'll leave it because people have their reasons. I'm sure Katie has a completely different viewpoint on this, and I just want to go separate ways. You know, I just want to go. We'll see what happens to my role in.
Yep. And she can replace all of us and run her own shit.
You wanna bring up anything on timeline? Question mark.
Talk about what's coming up, Snow. Looking ahead.
The no wipe.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, sorry, I just looked at the Purple RP Discord. I guess I'm not gonna engage with it. Fuck it. On Wednesday, we're gonna relaunch. You're gonna be able to play. We have a decent update. We got some things that people have been waiting for. We got a new starting area that we're gonna slowly introduce into the city. A giant hotel with 450 rooms. And a mall in the bottom.
Well, we have multiple new hotels.
Yeah, then we have 2 new apartment blocks. We have meth on the mainland. We have a new feature for police to be able to, and I think everyone to like crush vehicles, like they get crushed for materials, and then the police can.
They get
crush them.
literally crushed. It looks awesome.
It's like a
It's so
crusher.
cool.
It gets crushed in front of you live. The car.
We replaced. You'll see some changes too because, like the original dev that stopped replying to me like before launch and jeopardized it all. I think even that it delayed the launch. Replaced obviously all his stuff because I mean, first of all he encrypted it. Second of all, most of it was just edited vanilla assets. And third of all, he's probably, if we kept it, I never got, with all the devs, they had to sign an agreement that would give me rights to use it. Me personally, my name is on there, right? And he also obviously never signed that. So we're removing all this stuff because otherwise he's gonna DMCA. So if you guys wondered like why is maybe not even not more, that's the reason. But those changes you're also gonna see a bunch of new assets. For example, the SAS uniforms, they weren't. I'm not allowed to use those. We're replacing those completely. There'll be some RP changes with that because yeah, you'll see.